We about to lock in. But look, first video I want to react to is from A Bando. Logan Paul just started a war with the NFL. Let's get into it.
So Logan Paul has called out the entire NFL to fight, and that's been a very viral thing all over social media recently, and it kind of all started from an interaction he had a few weeks ago with NFL legend Tom Brady.
I'm told that I'm being flown out to Saudi Arabia to compete in a Fanatics flag football game with you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually a little worried for you because I know
Worried for me?
Oh, Lord.
well, you're a good athlete, but you're like,
No.
these guys
Great.
are another level.
I am the highest level. I am the level.
No, you're not the level.
I am the level.
You're a good athlete, but
You know what? I'm going to say this. And it's only because Logan Paul and Jake Paul, yes, they're decent like fighters because they've been training it. And the reason why they've been able to train it because they're not professionals at anything else. Logan Paul is in the WWE, which he recently got into. He got fit. He chose to go into WWE, which is a challenge in its own. Same thing with Jake Paul. Like, you guys dip your toe in something, not fully commit, because I guarantee he won't say this to a professional boxer or a professional cage fighter that's in his weight class. He will not say this. But you'll say this to experts of other sports. But that's like John Jones trying to fight NFL fighters. How does that make sense? You know what I'm saying? They all have, or that's like Tom Brady challenging you to a quarterback competition. Like, you specialize in a certain thing. You spent your time to learn how to box, how to fight, how to do any kind of combat. A lot of these NFL players, they spent their entire life mastering just NFL. They're not into boxing. They're not into mixed martial arts. So it's like, what? Like, find an even playing field, buddy. Just find an even playing field.
honestly, when I'm thinking of Saquon Barkley and I'm thinking of like,
Bro, can Saquon
Odell
Barkley
Beckham and Justin
a
Jefferson,
flip off the top rope?
Have you not
180
seen him
moonsault
jump
off the top
over
rope
someone's
onto
head on
LA
the
it's
Knight?
cute. It's a great, I love WWE. It's very cute.
Same,
but
bro.
honestly, this is like real football. This is real competition.
I was an all-state linebacker. I rushed for 1,200 yards, 19 touchdowns my senior year.
Well, let's see what you
But here's the difference. Here's the difference. Buddy, you played football in high school. And even in college, you played it in college. You know how many players in college don't even make it to the NFL? Look at Johnny Manziel. So it's an entire different level, brother. That's like saying, oh, I rushed for 250 yards in my little league team. Like, what have you done recently, buddy? What have you done recently? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's very arrogant of him.
And still bring it. I mean, look, we all had a great pass. I won 7 Super Bowl. Who don't gives a shit?
Now, that debate sparked everything that we're seeing transpire right now between Logan Paul and all of these
Bro got an
NFL
ego
players,
issue.
because they were arguing about like athleticism and who's the better athlete between Logan Paul and other NFL players, things like that. And I kind of agree with Tom Brady, because as athletic as Logan Paul is, if you keep up with football or the NFL in general, you would know that these NFL players are some of the most athletic.
Are absolute freaks. You know what I'm saying? There's linebackers holding 280, maybe 320 pounds that can run faster than the fastest kid at your high school or college. So no, dog, it's not even the same.
People in the world. Like, even if you watch the recent NFL Combine, you'll see some of the most athletic
A
people you've
4.4
ever
is
seen before in
crazy.
your life. Like, these guys are like 6'5", 250 pounds, running 4.4s and things like
That
that.
is
Like, it's actually
insane,
kind of
bro.
insane how fast and strong these players are getting. So I don't think it's necessarily any secret to how athletic these NFL players are. But this debate between Tom Brady and Logan Paul didn't die down at all, and it continuously kept being a thing. And at that recent clip of Tom Brady calling Logan Paul out of his name went viral, that's
He
when
shouldn't have done
everything
that.
started to break loose.
And that's what Logan.
Tom Brady, unless they're in discussions behind closed doors, Tom Brady, that was a little bit disrespectful. You don't call a man out of his name in such a way. Even Gronk had respect, even though Gronk is a freak of nature himself. He had respect for him to not call him out of his name. That was a little far. And you're a little bit too old, Tom Brady. Though you're the GOAT of quarterbacking, I guess you would say, you got to be respectful, brother.
Paul is, he's an entertainer. I mean, he has shown a lot of skills in those combat sports, but to actually have the skills to football, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know if he's got it.
He's good at combat sports, though.
You're lucky you won't get hit. Wow, I didn't know Tom became such a shit talker.
That's a big, goofy man, bro. But I swear, he lowered that shoulder, he leveling your whole bloodline. For real.
Now, after that clip of Tom Brady came out, this is what led to Logan Paul reacted to it on his podcast. And this is what he had to say about, fighting any NFL player and offering them $1 million to do so.
Any of the football players want to fight? I wouldn't be surprised if I throw hands with Tom Brady on the field in LA. Dude, Tom Brady does not want to throw hands.
Tom Brady, cool. Like, nobody's fighting Tom Brady. That's like kind of bro. Tom Brady's like 50. Like,
yeah, dude, come on, bro. Have some respect. Here's the thing about the Paul brothers, and this is why a lot of people do not like them. Though they have some great things, they try to get cage fighters more money. They try to make Dana White step up and pay the fighters more money, bro. Like, you're just so disrespectful. And one day, when you're old and you're 45, 50, hope there's a young punk like you that will call you out and challenge you that's your size or bigger or more fit. Then how will you feel? You know what I'm saying? So just be respectful, bro.
Yeah, I think we all know that Logan Paul will probably beat Tom Brady up. I don't think that's
yes, that's not a
thing.
feat,
but
though.
it's just not a real Tom
Yeah,
Brady
that's not a
isn't fighting
feat.
Logan Paul. Let's be real. Like, that's never happening, and we all know Logan would win that. And that's not to say Tom Brady isn't a legend, but bro, come on, bro.
A clip of him out there, of him calling me a
Have the skills. He's a football.
to Gronk of all people, who I beat up all of his brothers back to back. The Gronks lined up, and I beat them up back to back to back. And guess who didn't step in there? Mr. Gronk himself.
Wait, is there footage of that? Is there
Wait a
footage
minute.
of Logan Paul beating up all of Gronkowski's brothers? I would like to see that. Now, if that's true, then it's like, all right, whatever. But here's the thing, though. I don't think anyone's
Here's the thing. He thinks he's a hard ass, though, man. This is a kid that's one of them high school kids that, like, you were a nerd in high school. You dropped it. You finished high school. You went to the military. You lift weights every single day for the past 10 years. You've done some kind of cage fighting or boxing, and now you're trying to come back and fight people. Like, what? It's like, come on, dog. Like, Logan Paul, if you're so good at combat sports, then why aren't you a professional boxer? Why aren't you a professional cage fighter? You don't need the money. Just do it for the joy of it. And I will say this. I know who probably has more money than you, Arman Sarukian. And he does it for the love of it. So don't give me that baloney like they don't make money. Don't worry about the money. You're Logan Paul. Do it for the love of it. Since you're so big and bad. I hate people who try to bully people just because their specialty isn't your specialty. You know what I'm saying?
in Logan Paul's ability to fight.
I hope Tom Aspinall, if that's how you say his name, Tom Aspinall challenges Logan Paul to a fight. I hope Tom Aspinall challenges him. Or Yoel Romero. Yoel Romero's old, but I guarantee you Yoel Romero will drag Logan Paul through the mud.
Or maybe people are. But, bro, he's a he boxes. That's what, bro, he boxed Floyd Mayweather, you know? Like, obviously it was an exhibition match.
He's trying to fight people of other specialties.
But he's had other boxing matches against KSI, and he's obviously put a lot of time and effort into the sport. And now he does WWE and things like that, which obviously isn't real, but it still takes an extreme amount of athleticism to even be able to do the things that they do. So I don't think anyone's doubting Logan Paul's ability to fight. It isn't like, what's the guy's name? Bradley Martin. Y'all got like, Bradley Martin literally asked professional fighters who they could beat him in a street fight just because he has muscles. It's not like one of those types of scenarios.
Don't do this.
I do think it's cute. If any of the football players want to fight, we can see what happens.
What football players would straight up beat his ass?
Not a single one.
Name one.
Not a single.
I think it's a few football players that give Logan Paul a run for their
Probably
money.
so.
Now maybe boxing, I don't know. You know, boxing got a lot of rules and things like that. But the thing where a lot of people go wrong in boxing is they get tired quickly. Like
here's the thing: boxing isn't fighting. Let's say it like that. Boxing is fighting. Cage fighting is more fighting than boxing is. Cage fighting, still at the end of the day, is not full on fledged fighting, but closer than boxing. You know what I'm saying?
People who don't box, when they try to box, they usually gas out pretty quick. But football players have the stamina and energy to be able to do that. I think if anyone has an ounce of fighting experience, they could maybe give Logan Paul a run for his money.
Do all that, bro.
I would put any amount of money that you could put
Metcalf?
not
DK Metcalf
a
is a good one.
single football
He's a
player
big
could
dude.
beat me in a boxing match.
Miles Garrett.
That is on God.
Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett.
DK Metcalf is a big dude now. I think DK Metcalf do like 2-3 months of training. I think he can. It'll be a dog fight. You know what I'm saying? He learns how to punch properly. He gets used to the weight of the gloves. He might be onto something with that. He might be onto something.
Miles Garrett. Miles Garrett. I will bet you why did we choose him? It could be any name, but any football player. Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett is insane. Like, Miles Garrett is an amazing football player, amazing athlete. He's like super big. Like, bro, Miles Garrett's an insane name. I don't know if he's much of a fighter. I've never seen him fighting, but I just know that he's an athletic person. I don't know. I wouldn't want to fight Miles Garrett. I wouldn't want to fight Miles Garrett.
Puka Nakua. Tom Brady, Gronk. I don't even know.
Don't even try calling out Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
No, don't do it, bro.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. So the rest of them, I think he's beaten. But anyways, when he said this, obviously it went viral. Like, it went viral all over Twitter. He started calling out all these NFL players to fight for $1 million. And apparently a bunch of NFL players took him up on this offer because he went to Twitter and said, this would be the easiest $3 million of my life. He shared DMs from players like Brock Hoffman, who is an offensive lineman, I believe, right? Brock Hoffman is an offensive lineman, right? I think he used to play for the Cowboys. I'm a Cowboys fan. I think, did Brock Hoffman play for the Cowboys? Somebody let me know. But as you can see, Logan replied and said, are you actually down? $1 million bet for professional job?
A lot of them guys is going to take you there, dog. Hey, look. I don't know if that was too wise of him. He might should have went with basketball players.
Judges 6 3-minute rounds here in Puerto Rico. I can have it drawn up. Another NFL player replied, Baby King 76. This is the offensive lineman on the Chiefs, I believe. He says, sign me up. Logan Paul replied with the same thing. And then another player, I think this is Tay Crowder, I believe. He's in the UFL right now, but he played for the Giants also. I went to his Instagram. He also replied and said, I will beat you up for sure, light. I don't know if it would be an easy $3 million. Obviously, fighting 3 people in one day. Maybe he wouldn't do it in one day anyway. But he did post claiming that it would be an easy $3 million. And then he shared some footage to Twitter of what happened the last time he fought an NFL player.
Who is this?
Dang, this is tough.
But, and here's the thing. He's a fairly decent boxer, but you can't fight professionals. Ain't that sad? You're good against average people that don't train. But you can't go into professional brackets and go fight people your exact weight that has boxing experience. A lot of boxing experience. You know what I'm saying? He's that gap between amateur and someone that doesn't box at all. Because I'm pretty sure there's amateur boxers that can dog walk this guy, Logan Paul. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Now, see,
and he has his guard down.
Obviously, he looked good in that. But I started going through the comments, and a lot of people started saying that, like, this isn't an NFL player. And the specific person that's been responding a lot to this is Le'Veon Bell, who we're about to talk about right now. So once all of that started going viral, Le'Veon Bell replied on Twitter and said, stop ducking at Logan Paul. You're trying to fight an NFL player that's never fought before. Let's set it up, bro. We all heard you say you can beat any NFL player. We can fight in April. NFL draft. He said that. We can fight NFL draft weekend. Let's make it happen. Now, for those of you that don't know Le'Veon Bell, he was like an all-time running back for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was a very great NFL player.
Yes,
and since he retired from the NFL, he started doing like celebrity boxing. I remember him boxing on Aiden Ross's Brandverse card not too long ago. But he also did prior boxing events as well, such as this one in this clip he shared fighting against Adrian Peterson, which is another former NFL player. And as you can see, he turned his lights on. Clean, like he dropped him, right? And as you guys can see, Logan Paul did actually respond to this, and Logan Paul said, A, you're not in NFL. Well, he literally...
Oh, he ducked. Logan Paul, you a coward, brother. I don't care what you say. You's a coward. Because you said any NFL player. You just didn't think this player would call you out. You a coward, boy. Hey, I don't care how big you is. I don't care how good you wrestle. I don't care how good you fight. You a coward. At the end of the day. You a coward. Not a man of your word.
Was in NFL. He's a retired NFL player. So he started bending the rules a little bit
Look at
there.
him.
And he said, you can actually fight,
coward.
so I had to properly train, meaning I had to step away from the WWE, which I won't do, especially not for you. And then he said,
Say that you're a chicken without saying you're a chicken. Oh my God, you a sissy, boy.
see, there's no money here because
You
you're
a
not a
sissy.
draw, meaning that like Le'Veon Bell isn't like a big enough name for him
You
to
a
fight
sissy.
because there's not going to be like enough popularity around the fight to draw in a lot of money or a lot of hype towards the fight. And then he told Le'Veon Bell to basically prove him wrong, and he ended it with saying that of course you want the opportunity. I'm a gold mine for retirees like you, but GG. And then this whole thing turned into like a back and forth. Le'Veon Bell responded again and said, "Bro, you said Tom Brady, who's literally
Exactly. Couch is slipping, you idiot.
was 50, and he's not in the NFL neither, which is a fact. Tom Brady is not in the NFL. And he's almost 20 years older than Logan Paul, and he's never really been known to be that athletic of a person.
Exactly.
Sure, he's the greatest quarterback
He's
of all
probably the most athletic NFL player of all time.
time, but nobody really thinks of like an athletic freak when they think of Tom Brady, you know? But anyways, Le'Veon Bell continued to say, if you don't want to smoke, just say that, but everybody in their mind would love to see me smoke you in Pittsburgh, I promise you that. And then after that, it was kind of like a pause for a few days. Le'Veon Bell basically just kept saying that Logan Paul was ducking him all over Twitter. But as this thing went more and more viral all over social media, other NFL players started calling out Logan Paul as well. Players such as Brady Fihoko, who's also a retired NFL player, he dropped footage to Twitter of him training and things like that. And he looked legit. He's a bigger person.
That's a big dude. Hey, Logan Paul made a mistake. Because now you got to say, oh, you're too big for me. Now you're punking out, brother. You said it like anybody. And now we see it isn't anybody. You're nitpicking, bro. You want to fight who you want to fight so you can make yourself look good. But you'll never look good because you're a coward, brother. You're a coward. I don't care how many WW backflips you do. You's a coward. Your brother's a coward. Both of y'all are some cowards. And I don't care what none of y'all say. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what neither one of y'all say.
Those punches look like they hurt, bro. I ain't
Yes,
gonna lie. I
look
don't
like
know
them
if
punches
beat
like they'll
Logan Paul,
knock you
but
out.
he'll definitely beat me up, so I'm not even like going like try to even criticize his fighting. But
I'm still gonna pick him. I don't care. Where I'm from, we got things for people that want to fight. Especially if you're bigger than me and you know you're gonna try to win. Oh yeah, I got something for you. We move by different politics. You a Disney boy, I'm not. You's a Disney kid. I'm not Logan Paul, Jake Paul. Y'all are Disney kids with tattoos that think you're tough. Want to act like you're bikers or something. You're not that, buddy. You're not that.
there's been
soft.
multiple other NFL players
Really
that's been
soft.
calling Logan Paul out, such as Deion Dawkins. And he's actually an active player. He's a Pro Bowl player. He plays for the Buffalo Bills. And yesterday he dropped some footage to Twitter of him
I
boxing
hate the
as
Paul
well.
brothers.
There you go.
That's a big boy.
Yeah, he quick. He looked quick. Once again, I don't
He
know
got
if
no
he beat
head
Logan
movement,
Paul.
though.
I'm not a boxing analyst.
He not-
I watch
he not
boxing.
moving
I'm
his
not gonna
head
sit here
either.
act like I know
He gotta-
anything about it though. He could beat me up, right? So I'm
Yeah,
not.
of course, he's
I'm not
huge.
even gonna argue with
He's
nobody
huge.
that's 6'8",
That's a big dude.
350. I'm cool, bro. I'm good on all that. But he did put a little funny AI picture of him like knocking Logan Paul out right here. That I feel like that was pretty funny. And Le'Veon Bell responded to him basically saying, hitting mitts and being in a real fight is different, which is obviously true. Everybody looks good. Like anybody who practices boxing looks good when they're like, hitting the mitts or whatever. But he said, it's a lot different really being in there fighting and with some lot they're training. He could see Deion Dawkins being a real problem at heavyweight, whatever. But today, Logan Paul put out a tweet finally responding to all of the, responses that he's got since he put out the bet for $1 million to fight an NFL player. And he stated that his $1 million bet to fight any NFL player is called an uproar. And he provided an update saying that nobody is willing to put $1 million in escrow and be flown here to Puerto Rico, all expenses paid, by the way, and box with 3 professional judges. They all want to formalize this with a streamer, press conference, etc. They basically want to get paid to fight but not risk their own money, and he don't have time nor interest in doing that. He also stated that he doesn't want to have to step away from the WWE to coordinate or train for an actual boxing event, but if any player wanted to put up $1 million of their own money and fight at his gym with official judges and referees, he'd be down. And he also said that includes Le'Veon Bell. Also stated that if they wanted it to be no cameras, then he was down for that. Now, it's funny that he said no cameras because I do remember when he fought the dude I was talking about earlier, Bradley Martin. I remember when he fought Bradley Martin, he pulled up to his gym, no cameras. They supposedly fought, ran a fade, whatever, and that was it. Nobody ever seen footage from it. Nobody knows what happens, but they fought it and settled their issues. Anyways, though, Le'Veon Bell didn't waste no time responding. He said, that's fine, bro. We can spar if that's what you want to do. Let's practice, because obviously Logan Paul said that he doesn't want to make it like an official boxing match event type of thing.
That boy scared.
And he also agreed to the $1 million bet, saying that they can run rounds until the first person quits. There is no need for his judges. And he also stated that he does want cameras because there's no need to hide it from the public. Now, I do think it's fair to agree to terms of no judges and things like that, because obviously if you're betting $1 million of your own money, you're not going to want to have any judges that you aren't familiar with. These judges could be paid off, anything like that, especially because it's going to be in Puerto Rico where Logan lives. So I can understand not wanting to have judges, and the only real way to be able to coordinate something like that is saying we're going to fight until someone quits or gets knocked out or whatever, and that's how the winner is going to be determined. Now, this whole thing has been followed up with a bunch of other Logan Paul tweets. He posted screenshots between him and his brother Jake, and he said it would be sick if Le'Veon accepted. And Jake replied saying he broke though, basically meaning that he doesn't want to put up $1 million of his own money. Or maybe he said that Le'Veon Bell doesn't have $1 million to bet, whatever he's claiming. But Logan's next tweet responding to Le'Veon Bell was basically, saying the rules for the fight: 10-ounce gloves, no headgear, 3-minute rounds until someone quits. Then he talks about the date being next weekend for $1 million, no judges, and Le'Veon can even choose the referee himself. And he also stated that he's down for boxing or MMA. I'll tell you right now, Le'Veon do not do MMA. Like, wrestling is a part. He's just going to slam you, bro. Or maybe not slam.
Wait a minute. John Jones is retired, ain't he? John Bones. He will absolutely slaughter Logan Paul. He will decapitate Logan Paul live on stream, on Kick, whatever he stream on. Logan Paul just something's not going right with his his business, his influence business. That's why he's doing this. Because obviously he can't be pure professionals.
Yeah, but some form of a takedown, bro. Just don't do it. Trust me, bro. Just don't do MMA. And then he asked if they had a deal. He'll have the contract drawn up and sent. And Le'Veon did respond to that, saying that our box never claimed anything else. Basically saying he's not doing MMA. And he told him to send the contract. Zia's also put a funny gift right here as well. Shout out to Zia's. So it seems like this is becoming more of a real thing. Logan Paul put out another tweet saying that he's 99.9% sure that he knows how this would go, but what do we think? He put up a poll asking when do we think Le'Veon is going to quit, and the options are when he gets the contract, at the $1 million deposit, in the ring, or he won't, you're screwed. I don't think Le'Veon Bell is going to back out just because he does have boxing experience, so he probably thinks that, he could get in there and handle his own. So I don't think he's gonna quit. He won't, you're screwed. That has 52% of the vote. Damn, that's okay. So a lot of people agree with me. That's good. This other guy, Brandon Fihoko, who we mentioned earlier, him and Logan also have more of a back and forth. He claimed that Logan was moving the goalposts and things like that, and said that he would beat Logan Paul up in the church parking lot. He doesn't want the money. Stop ducking. He'll even fly himself out. He doesn't need his expenses paid or anything like that. And Logan responded and said, are you down or not? Because it sounds like you don't have the money. I'll send you the same contract as Le'Veon if you're in for next weekend. So he wants to fight both of these guys in the same weekend. Brendan Fihoko agreed. And Logan's next tweet was him sending DMs to both Le'Veon and Braden, both of the NFL players he agreed to fight for $1 million. He's asking them what's the best email to send a contract to.
Oh,
and
bro,
he's
might
asking
be
if
cooked.
people think he'll get a response. And like I said, this ended up becoming a pretty big thing. Tom Brady put out a tweet replying to the official post by Bleacher Report saying this is my fault, and it's 100% yes, Tom Brady, is your fault. All of this is kind of happening because you and Logan Paul had a little back and forth. But hey, man, we're for it. This is great entertainment. I want to see this fight happen. Now, just to be clear, I do have Logan Paul winning. I think Logan Paul is going to win, and that may be a crazy take to some people. I know Le'Veon Bell is a Hall of Fame. Well, I don't know if he's in the Hall Hall of Fame, but he was a great running back while he was playing. And obviously he has the knockout versus Adrian Peterson, who's also another former NFL player. But when we last saw him box on Ada Ross's Brandverse card, he fought Super Hot Fire, which is like an Instagram influencer or I guess a YouTuber. And he was like kind of struggling. Granted, Super Hot Fire is like a weirder type of fighter, but that was like a debatable fight. They had a whole like debate at the end about who won. It was a close fight. So to go in there and box someone who has a lot of boxing experience and is also the same height, weight, things like that, I don't know, man. I don't think that's going to go the way Le'Veon Bell expects it to, especially with them fighting it to the death, basically. So I don't know, man. Y'all know I'm interested in hearing y'all opinion on this thing. The only opinion I really care about is y'all's opinion anyway. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know what do you think of this entire situation. If this fight,
what y'all think, man? I think he gonna get very surprised. I don't know who's gonna win, like I said, but I can't stand Logan Paul, so I hope he gets his block knocked off. But what y'all think in the comments? Till next time, it's me, boy, right on Rizzo. And I will see y'all when I see y'all. Peace.